find a moment closing out your week. Let's together take a couple of deep breaths in and open mouth sides out. Just drawing that deep breath in and just letting something go with your exhale. And if you're not already, I invite you to really take a breath in that has enough tension that you can feel the release of your chest on your exhale. As you start to feel a little bit more grounded, a little heavier in your limbs, relax your jaw and close your mouth. And now we practice an Ujjayi breath. That's a breath that's in through your nose. And an exhale, like you were going to fog up a mirror, but your lips stay closed. Air comes out your nose, back of your throat is open. And you want to listen for that breath. So depending on what you like to relate to, it sounds like a Darth Vader breath, or it sounds like if you're holding a seashell up to your ear. But it's an exhale that you can hear. And it reminds me of the tide. As you inhale, that's the tide going back. And then as you exhale, it's that water crashing forward onto the sand. If that image works for you, then pace your breath to that sensation of the water. And know that even just this minute that you're taking to find your breath and find stillness is giving your body a chance to reset. That there are mechanisms at work which you don't feel or see. So lean into this idea that even just by taking a few breaths and clearing your mind, you're creating a space for healing on the inside. Good. While your eyes are closed, let your hands drift together at heart center. And I invite you today to find a powerful intention. Whatever that means for you, a powerful intention that is going to change or save or shape or reinvigorate a relationship. A powerful intention that has to do with reinvigorating or propelling or igniting your faith. Or a commitment to yourself. Or even the most powerful is something that you can forgive. Take that powerful intention, hold that in the palm of your hands, and at your own pace, when you are ready, let it go, gently drifting your arms up above your head, releasing your hands, taking a nice wide opening through your arms. And then gently bringing your palms back down to your sides. Bend your elbows, put your backs of your hands on the small of your back. Drop your chin towards your chest. You can keep your eyes closed, just listen and follow. Bring your chin to neutral. Straighten your arms so your hands are extended away from you, palms facing back. Turn your arm bones so your palms face forward now. And like you're meeting a lot of resistance, bend your elbows, bring your hands behind your head. Drawing your shoulder blades together, elbows out wide. Lift your chin, lift your ribs. Draw back through your elbows. Keep your belly button tucked. Big opening through your shoulders. Inhale, and then on your exhale, open up your arms again. Palms reach out towards the sides. Hands are out like a T. One more like that. Flip your hands. Now your palms face back. Keep your shoulders down. Try to work through that scapula, bending your elbows, drawing your hands behind your back, keeping your elbows out nice and wide. You start to engage through the rotator cuff of your shoulder till you get your hands behind your back. Breathe in, breathe out. And release, bring your hands back out to the sides. Good, drop your hands to your sides, grab your knees, move your upper body around a bit. A couple seated cat-cows or twists here. Do you feel that in my waist from yesterday? All right, friends, and we'll have our strap and our block nearby. Open your eyes, and we'll meet in child's pose. Settle down into your mat. Support your head if you need to. Oh, good. And see if you can maintain the Ujjayi breath. It's very quiet in our space this morning, so you can have that time to hear and to listen. Feel the mat underneath your forehead. Feel the weight of your body melting into the ground. Leave an imprint here and with everything that you do by allowing yourself to really sink in. We have 2 breaths to slowly make your way to downward facing dog. Drawing your hips up. Using your exhale to be the way that you're ultimately, you send your hips up and back to the sky. Find your down dog. Taking your time to get there. Take a quick peek at your feet. Even if your eyes were closed, just open your eyes for a second. See that your feet are about hip width distance apart. Take a quick peek at your hands. See that your middle finger is pointing straight ahead and the rest of your fingers are spread out, and you're pressing weight evenly into all parts of your thumb and your fingers. And then drop your head down between your arms. Soften your knees as much as you need to. Push your tailbone back, and maybe you can again close your eyes here. Find your breath. Inhale, and on your next exhale, open your eyes, tippy toe to your hands. Ragdoll. Grab opposite elbow. No tension in your neck. Just let your head hang. All the tension that you might have piled up, we do hold that in our bodies, you guys. We don't think that we do. Our minds are like, no, we don't. It's separate. You do. You hold your stress in your body. So start to let it just roll off right here. Bring your toes and heels to touch. Inhale, roll all the way up. Take a moment in your Tadasana, hands at your sides. Pull your pelvis, so not sticking your tailbone back, but pull your pelvis underneath your ribs. And then when you're ready, let your hands float up towards the sky. There's your powerful intention, right? That has to always be something you're reaching for, looking up. Maybe there are some things you cannot change today, but we can set our intention and drive our energy in that direction. Reaching up, reach through your fingertips, maybe a little bit back, and then exhale. Take a big swan dive, arms out to the side as you forward fold. Take yourself all the way down, grab the backs of your legs or your heels, big forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands to your shins. Hug your belly button in and set your gaze a little bit forward and down. And then drop your hands to the mat. Now listen, step just your left foot back. Find yourself in your low lunge. If you need the block underneath your hands, then bring the block underneath your hands. Your right foot is forward, left foot is back. Good. Support your fingers on the mat or on the block, and we're just going to bend and straighten that left knee a little bit for some stretching. All right. If this hurts, then don't do that. And you can just take really small kind of shifts back and forth with your right leg. All right. Instead of that bending through your left knee. Good. One more right here. And then lifting your left knee, strong on your right foot, hug your belly in, bring your body all the way up. We're in our high lunge. Good. Take your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, take your hands back down. Drop your left knee if you need to as you transition back to your downward facing dog. So whether you go through your hands and knees or not, you ultimately will all meet in down dog for 3 full breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. If there is one thing that we are all having to be, it is certainly adaptable, right? Take a big breath in, open your eyes, walk your feet, tiptoe to your hands. Good. Find your feet grounded, push through your feet, root down, rise up, reach up, breathing. Even though your arms are reaching, you can still be strong in your shoulders. The shoulders are pulling down, giving you a good base while your hands float up. Belly is engaged. Maybe you go up and back just a little bit, and then arms come out to the sides, palms down, swan dive, forward fold. Can you exhale as you get there? Inhale, breathe in, flat back. Good. Exhale, find the grounding with your hands. This time you'll step your right foot back. Right toes are back. Support your hands on the block or the floor. Little dynamic movement with your right knee, dropping and straightening. Again, if that doesn't work for you, you can just kind of shift your weight back and forth. Good, Terry. Lean into this place where you might have a little discomfort. You're not here for long. You're warming up those joints. Good work. All right, find stability in your left foot, strong right knee. So if you're totally saggy in this right leg, then that back leg is taking the day off. Pull up that right knee. Now lift your chest. Strong base. Belly tight. Reach up. Breathe in. Hugging everything in, keeping your left knee bent. Feel your right foot working. Good work. Bring your hands back down to the mat or the block. Drop your right knee if you need to. We'll go back to downward facing dog. Good. Both feet down on the mat. Pedal it out here. All right, friends. We're going to do that again. I'm going to talk a little bit less so we can breathe a little bit more. We'll turn up our pace just a tiny, tiny bit, more so just to find a rhythm, okay? I'm going to take us through it at the cues, but if you feel like you've got your own pace and rhythm, then go with your pace and your rhythm, whether it be slower or faster, by a smidge than what I'm talking about. All right, from your downward dog, breathe in, tippy toes. Exhale, take your feet to your hands. Ragdoll. Breathe. Make space in your mind through your breath and through letting go of the clutter. Release your hands, toe heel together. Root down, rise up. Reach. Swan dive, forward fold. Anchor on your legs once you get there. Inhale, flat back, open your eyes. Exhale, fold, step your left foot back. Low lunge. A few breaths, you can stay steady or find that movement, the dynamic stretching by lowering and lifting your back leg. Just bending and straightening your knee. Get steady. Engage your left knee. Hug your booty as tight as you can, rise up. The more your right foot is to the right edge of the mat, the more stability you'll have. So you should have a little bit of space between those ankles. Good. Bend down, reach up. Take your hands back down. Through hands and knees or sweeping your right foot back, downward facing dog. Meet here, both feet on the floor, 2 breaths. On your 3rd breath, tippy toes. Go forward, feet to hands. Ragdoll. Deliberate breathing, please. Do it, just lean into that breath. Release your hands, toe heel your feet together, stand up, reach up. Tuck everything in and under. Maybe a little bit of a back bend and then swan dive, forward fold. Big exhale out. Anchor your hands on your legs, your feet or your ankles, fold. Release, flat back. Good. Keep your right foot planted, step your left, other way around. Keep your left foot planted, step your right foot back. Hands can be on the block or the floor. You can just stay here in this low lunge. If you're really suffering, you can always drop a back knee or find a little bit of this dynamic movement right here. Motion is lotion, right? Start to become stable, strong through your left leg. Engage through your right quad, set your gaze forward, hug your belly button in, rise up. High lunge. When you're ready, hands can come up. Hold your gaze steady, take a nice, powerful, steady breath here. Good, and then back down to the floor you go. Through your hands and knees or sweep your foot back, find your downward facing dog. Meet both feet on the floor. Good work, breathe here. Excellent, bring your toes to touch. Walk your feet to your hands. All right, we're going to do that again and add on. Okay, friends? Now, anytime you need a knee down, just drop a knee. No problem, right? I'd rather you feel grounded and strong than wobbly and wondering today. So head hanging, push through your toes to stand all the way up. Breathe in, reach up. Really good alignment, you guys. Reach up and swan dive, big forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Good. Right foot stays where it is. Fold and step your left foot back. Good. A couple breaths of stretching right here or holding that space. If you're like struggling to meet the floor, just put your hands on that block. Good. Rise up. Open up, warrior two. So right knee is bent, turn your hips and turn your back foot. Excellent, good. You can scoot your right toes forward just a little bit so that you have space to lean into that right leg. Use your right hand, push your right knee back towards the pinky toe. And then hold it there. Take your hands back out like a T. Good work. Like we did in our warm-up, turn your palms forward, bend at the elbows, take your hands behind your head. Good, and then open your hands back out. Flip so your palms face back. Bend at the elbows, take your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Stay here for our breath, leaning into that deep lunge in your warrior two. Good work. Keep your legs right where they are. Open back up your hands and put your palms down, looking over your middle finger. Good. Reverse your warrior. Flip your right hand so palm reaches up and take it up to the sky and reaching over to the left. Anchor your left hand somewhere on your left leg, your left knee. Good. Reach, reach. Oh, big stretch through that right side body. Come back to your warrior two. You can pivot your back toes, drop the knee if you'd like, and we'll transition back to downward facing dog. Creaky much, Tommy? Huh?
Oh,
need an oil can today?
Something just popped.
Oh dear. Are all his arms and legs still attached, Alana? That's important,
Yes.
right? Okay, good.
Just a bit crunchy with him today.
All right. In our downward facing dog, belly tight, tiptoe to the top of your mat. Ragdoll, grab your elbows. Let it go. Every time you find this stillness, find your breath. Let that start to become a habit. Toes and heels together, belly tight. Stand up, reach up, strong. Open your eyes, wake up, breathe. Swan dive, forward fold. Start to become invigorated, not checked out. Inhale, flat back. Left foot stays planted. Step your right foot back. Use the block if you need to under your hands. Always an option to drop that back knee for a moment. When you're ready, right knee lifts. Lift your torso up and make your transition, warrior two. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Take your your left toes, track them forward just a little bit. Bend your left leg to the degree that you can. Not to the degree that maybe you think you can or that you want to, but go to where you can. Find that point that's your edge. Put your left hand on your inner left thigh, push it back. Good, Susan. Warrior two arms, good work. Reach. All right. Very good. Turn your palms forward. Strong, strong arms and shoulders. Bend at just the elbows. Take your hands behind your head. Keep your legs just like they are. Steady breath, steady gaze. Extend your hands back out. Flip so your palms face forward or face back. And bend at the elbows, squeezing your shoulder blades together. That should feel a little challenging. Your legs should be working, holding you up here. Strong base. Extend your hands back out from the elbows and then settle back into your warrior two hands. Palms down. Turn your gaze towards your left hand. If you're losing your breath, bring it back. Flip your palm, drop your right hand, reach up. Reverse your warrior, reach a lot through your left hand, good. Excellent job, guys. Come back, warrior two. Pivot, you can turn gently on your back leg, drop that back knee, or just sweep it up and back. Good, Chris. Sweep it up and back to your downward facing dog. Good. Both feet on the floor right here. Excellent job, everybody. Drop to your knees. Drop your hips to your heels. Drop your head to the floor. Be grateful for your rest. Very good. Come back up to your hands and knees. Take a couple cat-cows once you get there. Really good for low back pain, for all back pain, and for your shoulders is to do these cat-cows. It's that opportunity to have a supported articulation of your spine. So make those small movements as if you were kind of bending a beaded necklace and you had to bend the beads one at a time. Good work. All right, meet me in high plank pose. Take your toes back. Lift your knees. All right, so stay there for, even if you're there for a second or two, find that high plank, tap the knees when you need to, then come back up. Strong in your high plank, belly tight, good work. Heels are stacked right over your toes. Stay with me. All right, good job. We're gonna lower all the way down to the belly. Ready? Go. You can drop to your knees, hug your elbows in, lower, squeeze, go as slow as you can. All the way down to the floor. Oh, good job. Sphinx pose, put your forearms on the mat, palms down, lift your chest. Breathe here. Good, lower all the way down again. Take your hands out wide and roll over to your right hip, right shoulder. Right palm down. Open through that side of your body. If you're ready, you can grab your left heel with your left hand. If you don't want to, then don't do that. Just enjoy kind of having this side stretch. Got it. Time to breathe. Taking care of your body is a lot of work. In case nobody has kind of clued you in on that by now, it's a lot of work, right? It's a big commitment. It's like buying a really nice vintage automobile that has like a lot of parts that have to be taken care of. Take care of it though, it's so beautiful. Release your foot. Gently roll back down, chin to the floor. Take your left arm out. Gently push through your right hand, roll over onto your left hip. So here, another option, if you don't reach for your right ankle, is to just gently bend that knee and kind of place your right foot back behind you. You still get a lot of opening through your hips there without kind of getting into the quad stretch. If you do get into the quad stretch, that is a stretch for your knees as well. So just be mindful of that. And it's a stretch for your shoulders. So it kind of depends on what your mobility might be like today. So if you can reach for your right ankle, but if you don't, just drop that right leg behind you a bit. Good work. Good, come back to center. Chin to the floor. Relax your feet, take your hands back, palms down. Take a moment here and then we'll do locust, rising up. You can press your hands into the floor, lift your chest, keep your neck long, so looking down, not cocking your gaze up. The second part of that is to point your toes, lift your feet, try to lift through your thighs. Good. If you're here, the third part of that, good, Alana, is to lift your hands up off the floor, reaching through your fingers. So you're a little bit flying here. So you've got 3 levels you can go. If you're here with your hands up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a breath in. Control your exit. Lower all the way down. Rest your cheek to the floor. Let everything go. Melt. Good work. Bend your knees. Just toss those legs side to side. One more time, guys. Remember, you have those 3 levels. Hands to the floor, just shoulders, shoulders and feet, or hands lifting as well. So go in progression, and then stop when you're at the place where you're at your peak. Ready? Begin. Lift. Good. If you can engage through the backside of your body, so literally tightening up your butt, tightening up the backs of your legs, hugging your shoulder blades in, your whole body will work rather than just your low back. Control your exit, go slow all the way down. Rest the opposite cheek to the floor. Take a breath out. Good. Bend your knees, windshield wiper side to side. Come back to your Sphinx pose. Forearms on the floor. Good. This time, tuck your toes. So rather than having your feet relaxed, tuck your toes. And if you're way out here off the edges of your mat, just bring your legs a little bit more in line with your hips. Okay. We'll do our ab exercises upside down today. Okay. So rather than being on our back, okay, we're on our belly. Watch me. Press through your forearms. Lift. Lower. Lift. Lower. Okay?
No.
This is not about your feet. This is about your core. Do the best you can.
I can't do the feet.
Right? Oh, because of the toes. All right, Susan. So then for you, on your back, lift and lower your legs. Okay?
Okay.
Just straight up and down from the sky to the floor. All right. Chris has got it going on. Here we go. Lift and lower. So when I say lower, yes, Susan, you lower and then lift. Good. So this is not easy. So if you find that it's not easy, then you're probably doing it right. You want to have a level body, all right? So we're not piking up. You're just trying to lift a little bit and lower. Really strong through the core, which is like I wrapped you around the middle, all right? Really good, Susan. Okay, come on, y'all. Dig deep, just a few more. If you stopped breathing, start. And I remind you here that you have a big intention in your life right now. You did that. So come on, Tommy, stay committed to your big intention. Don't give up just when the going gets tough. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's hard. I've been with you on hard stuff. Come on, a couple more times. Lift it lower. Yes. All right, let's all do one more. One more.
One more. Come on. One more. Get up.
Good job. And rest. All right, come on down to the mat. And rest. Make a little basket for your head with your hands so you have space to breathe. Put your forehead there. Rest. Good. It could feel good to bend your knees. Let your feet sway from side to side. Susan, if you're on your back, you could bend your knees, put your feet on the edges of the mat. Just let your knees sway side to side. Good, everybody. All right, if you're on your belly, find some stillness. Put your hands near your armpits. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hug everything in. Push your way up, either through a high plank or just to your hands and knees. Let's stretch out your back in your downward facing dog. Susan, you can stay on your back because we're going to join you there.
Okay.
So you're good. All right, from down dog, come to your hands and knees, cross your ankles. Meet me here, seated. All right, take your left leg out. High fives, good job. Pick up your right foot. Pull your right leg back, kind of like you're doing a bow and arrow situation here, right?
The side.
Yep, so right leg is bent and I got the outside of my right foot. Yep, now it doesn't mean that it's gonna go back as far as what I'm showing you, so you might just have your knee bent in front of you, but we're trying to pull that knee back. Good. Sit up really tall, you can brace with your left hand. Big opening here, stay here for a second, breathe.
Excuse me.
Good. To the degree that you can, start to straighten out your leg. That may not be very far. It may be further, but we're going to start to press through your heel. Yep. Just to the degree that you can. All right. If you're like, I'm not straightening at all, use your strap. Okay. But if you can use your hand, use your hand. But if not, here's your strap. It makes your arm a little bit longer. Okay. Now, notice if you're collapsing through your back, hug and lift your chest. Good. All right, we're all getting there. Okay, we're going to take our right heel, align your left leg right in front of you, and we're going to bend it over on top. All right, if you put a block underneath your right knee, because that's a really intense stretch for you, that might help you just a little bit to have some support there, but it's not necessary, but it might help you just to not have that gap between your knee and the floor. Some of you are going to stay just like this and focus on sitting really tall, pulling your left foot straight up so you get a good engaged left leg. All right. Some of you are going to be able to lean forward with a flat back, not nose down, leaning forward, like your intention is to bring your waist down to your thigh. Yeah. Sensations, right? All sensations. It's a good thing we're getting stretchy because there's a lot of adaptability going on, right? Yeah. I spent this whole, I like wrote out a whole schedule for my Ava last night, like minute by minute, so that she would be like occupied and my helper would be able to know what to do. And then literally like right as I was getting started for my day, like all her Zoom meetings got canceled and wiped off of her calendar, which is like for her, it's like the pinnacle of her day, you know? And I'm like, y'all, I like organized all the activities she's gonna do around those things that have been on the calendar. Serious adaptability, y'all, right? Okay, lift your chest, shrug your shoulders a few times. Good work. Let's undo that leg.
Oh.
Take it out in front of you. Shake it out. Counter pose is reverse tabletop. Put your feet on the floor. Take your hands back behind you, fingers pointing forward. Straighten your arms, lift your hips.
Oh.
Good. Lower back down. All right. Left foot. Right leg comes in front of you, maybe a little bit out. On your left. I'm holding on like to the pinky toe side of my foot. Pick it up and pull it back. So this is still some core work because the tendency is, you know, to try to support your leg with your hand and just let your core go slack, right? Think core includes back and waist as well as front. So hugging really everything in. Now bend your left knee and like cock it back to the degree that you can. You're getting a lot of stretching through this inner thigh. Tommy really loves this. I can tell by the look on his face. He thinks this is awesome. We'll do this more often just for you, okay, Tommy?
Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. I aim to please. Sit up really tall. Pull that left foot back. So I'm strong through my arm here, really pulling that foot back. Okay. Keeping that engagement. Use the strap if you need to. Start to straighten without compromising how your spine is being held up. So strong back here. Your leg may not go straight all the way. You may still have a little bend, but if you need to use your strap so that you can lengthen your arms, then go ahead. Good. If your right leg is kind of falling asleep, bring it right in front of you. Flex those toes, sit up really tall. All right, gaze steady, full breath here. And then we'll gently bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. The block is a little extra support here if you have a lot of space with that knee jacked up. Not necessary, but finding that grounding can be helpful. Everybody sit up well. Some of you are going to stay right here. You'll know if this is your level of intensity, then stay right here. If you're good and you've got more to give, start to lean forward. Again, not dropping through your neck, telescoping your neck, just leaning forward. Good. Always opening, right? You know, it's like the default state of our body to close up. You'll know that if you skip yoga for a week or so, you know, like you come back and you're like, wow, all that opening went. It's the default state of your body to close up. So just acknowledge that, be willing to keep at it. It's not that you aren't getting better per se, ever. It's that the default state of your body is to go back to that tightness. Our bodies are meant to move. One more breath here. Good. Gently lift your chest if you were folded forward. Shrug your shoulders a couple times. Undo that leg. Take your legs right out in front of you. Hands back behind you. Bend your knees. Right, we're going to do that reverse tabletop, and we'll just try. We did this one time before. Seeing if you can pull your hips back between your hands for your sit. Okay? So just try, watch. Hands, hips are lifted, palms are on the floor. Take your hips back between your hands and then sit. There you go. Good job. I find that to be pretty hard. Took me a long time to work on that. Ready? All right, let's go back the way we came. Ready? Bend your knees, scoop those hips forward, hands on the floor, driving through your heels. All right, ready? Push through your arms, hug your belly in, sweep your tailbone back, set it down. Good. Some of us have done that before, I think, huh? Susan, have you done that before in your dancer days, huh? Okay, once more. Ready? Bend your feet, knees, put your feet on the floor, lift up. Good, big stretch through your arms. And we go all the way back. Ready? Go. Maybe you hover for a second before you sit. Good job, everybody. Lay all the way back. Hug your knees into your chest, rock a little bit side to side. All right. Grab your strap. Hook your right foot. And everybody extend your left leg out long today. Take the strap on the ball of your right foot, hold it in your hands gently. Keep your shoulders on the floor, just allow there to be some space happening through the back of your right leg. And think about having a straight leg. So in this case, since you have the strap, if you need to take that leg not even straight up towards the sky, but more away from you, do that. Find a straight leg and then keep your straight leg as you start to bring it to the midline and beyond. So for people who have chronic pain, sometimes intense stretching can be really helpful, and it's not because of necessarily what you've done to the ligaments and tendons and muscles through the stretching. It's because of the change of awareness of sensation. You're directing your awareness to a different sensation, and so we kind of trip up our brain to go somewhere else. So bring all your awareness into that space of the back of your right leg. Breathe. Good. Grab the strap in your right hand, externally rotate your leg. That means turn your toes and your kneecap to the right. Holding it in your right hand, start dropping your leg out to the right. Keep your left hip grounded. I like to put my left hand on my left hip just so I'm really aware to what degree my hip wants to roll up and over. If you can, drop your gaze to the left. When you're ready, back up through center, switch hands. Straight leg, anchor through your right hand extended and drop your right leg over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder fully down, turn your gaze a little bit to the right. Press energetically through your right heel. Good work today, becoming both strong and limber. Come back up to center, release that foot. Slide your right leg down. Pause for a moment. Notice if it feels a little different in your right leg than in your left. For me, my right leg feels a little longer and also feels just more tired. So I notice that difference between my two legs. Neutralize your right leg. So heel is on the floor, right foot up. And then when you're ready, bring your left foot up. Take your left foot up towards the sky. hooking it on the strap. And again, we're looking for a straight leg. So if you need to back out a little bit, find the straight leg and then start to draw your leg forward, you can. Maybe you notice kind of a, marked difference between your ability to go to the midline and beyond on one leg versus the other. Notice also that even when you're stretching your legs, you have an opportunity to stretch through your arms, and you have an opportunity to notice if you feel the sensation through the back of your knee into your hip, and if you can feel how that connection goes all the way through the back of your body, how if you're compensating by having a lot of tightness in your legs, you could have low back pain and vice versa. If you have low back pain or tightness in your low back, you could have shoulder pain because you're scrunching up and compensating. So just noticing that. Externally rotate your left leg, hold the strap in your left hand, turn your toes and knees to the left. Keep your right hip down as you drop your leg open and over to the left. If you can, turn your gaze to the right. Is that a squeaky toy?
Yes, I know it.
This is very delicious, right? Okay, guys, bring it back up to center. Switch hands. Push your left shoulder down as you drop your leg over to the right. Breathe here. Good. Come back up to center. Release the strap. Release your leg. Slide both legs out long. Take your arms up above your head. Big reach through your fingertips here. And then let your whole body soften. Take a moment of rest. I invite you to remember right now what that big intention was that you thought about at the beginning of class. Whatever your heart and your mind led you to think about. And if that feels like a good fit, I invite you to write it down somewhere after class. Tuck it in an envelope, put it in a drawer, and we'll come back and visit it a few more times before the end of the year. When you're ready, friends, take a big breath in and a big breath out, and make your way up to a seat, bringing your hands together. With gratitude for this opportunity to breathe and move and grow together. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Namaste.